Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to continue on with some more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, and this is one that I've been very excited about and have been waiting very impatiently for quite some time. It is the beginning of my Wave 2 figures, as there are supposed to be, I believe, 3 different waves of these Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, and this was probably the one I think I've been looking forward to the most out of any of the figures coming out, and it is the Ceratosaurus. I have been so desperately wanting this thing since I had ever seen the promotional pictures for it from the start, because I think my favorite character out of all the Jurassic Park or World movies has ever been that Ceratosaurus that you got a very brief glimpse of in Jurassic Park 3 when it came out as they were looking for the cell phone in the Spinosaurus's droppings. And I have always loved the look of that Ceratosaurus, and I've always wished and prayed that they put him back in the movies. So far, no dice, but Mattel has chosen to make a figure of said Ceratosaurus, and I am super excited and super thankful that they did decide to do that, because it looks beautiful. It is absolutely awesome. When I saw this thing in the store, I actually purchased him at Walmart, and luckily he was on a rollback price of like $11.92 or something random like that. But when I had seen him there on the shelf as I was just passing by, I probably screamed like a little girl and ran to him like a child that was waiting to find a toy at Christmas, because I have been searching for this thing for quite a while, ever since I saw someone post something on one of the Jurassic Park forums that I visit frequently. I had seen that somebody else had already found one, and I have been looking desperately for this guy everywhere, and I just couldn't find him at all, and randomly he showed up, and now I think most Walmarts seem to be getting them in, or at least that's what it seems like to me. So yeah, I grabbed him right away, and here he is to enjoy for all of you. So instead of me just rambling on forever, let's take a nice closer look at him. You can see starting up here, as usual at the head of the dinosaur, that the detail is absolutely beautiful on the head sculpt of this. I really love the way the head has been sculpted. The horn up here on the top is sculpted also very nicely, and the coloration looks very good on this. It looks very natural. It doesn't, to me, look like it's just paint. It kind of looks like the body color of the animal. So I love the way the paint has been applied to this. I also like the teeth are they're sculpted individually, which is beautiful to see. They're also painted quite nicely. It doesn't look sloppy at all. And one of the best features of this Ceratosaurus is one of the things that I actually had previously complained about with the earlier Roarivores, as this is another Roarivore, but it's the fact that his mouth is closed and not open. One thing that I had complained about with the other Roarivores is that their mouths were already opened, and to get them to roar, you push the button and it closes their mouth and then they roar, which is the complete opposite of what would happen if a dinosaur actually attempted to roar. His mouth is going to open. So you're going to hear the roar, and let's push the button and you can actually see the mouth open. Awesome sound effects there. But you can actually see inside the mouth now. You can see the tongue is colored quite nicely. Inside of the mouth has a nice gloss to it as well, like most of these have had. So yeah, it absolutely looks beautiful, and I love the fact that now you have to push the button to open the mouth. That was a great addition to this figure, something that I just truly love, and I wish they would have done that with all of the Roarivores. Unfortunately, they didn't, but at least they've corrected it now for Wave 2, so that is definitely great and exciting news. As you can see, the eye is a yellow color. It is also nicely glossed. It is beautifully painted. On both sides, there is no sloppiness at all to the way that it's been painted. Again, the entire sculpt work of the face looks just fantastic. It looks like a high-quality model as opposed to a toy meant for children. It's beautiful the way they've sculpted it. All these little scales, all sorts of different sizes everywhere. It just looks fantastic. And then coming down the neck, see some more very nicely done detail. It's got the bumps that run the course of the back here on the top. Beautiful skin folds along the neck here. You can even see some light hints of the red here. That's just kind of been airbrushed on a little bit, it looks like. You can see that the main coloration of the body is like a whitish color here, but for some reason the arms and the legs, as seems to happen with some of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, or a slightly different shade, more of like a yellowish color almost, as opposed to a white. I don't know why they did that, but it doesn't look terrible. It's just something to note. The arms are sculpted very beautifully. You can see some very nice muscle tone in them. Hands also sculpted nicely. They did not paint the nails, as they haven't been, but normally they paint the toenails on them, I think, but they did not on the Ceratosaurus, unless they meant for them to look this way, I don't know. But the toenails and the fingernails, neither are any different of coloration than the rest of the body. See some beautiful scale work though here on the side of the Ceratosaurus. The entire sculpt work is fantastic on this, and then the nice big leg, you can see some very nice muscle tone. Beautiful kneecaps sculpted out here in the front. Huge calf muscles, and the feet are very, very nicely sculpted. And another thing to note about this guy actually, is that the feet are not oversized, so that is another beautiful addition to the Ceratosaurus as opposed to the other ones. The feet are not gigantic like they were on the others. They look very nice, they're proportioned very well to the body, and he stands perfectly, so that is absolutely awesome. And coming up, you can see some more beautiful sculpt work in the tail, and again, when the tail actually changes here to this area, you can see that the coloration also changes, kind of like the legs and arms do, again, on the tail. But the sculpt work on the tail everywhere looks very, very nice. Same deal on the other side. Both sides are sculpted to perfection, in my opinion. They look absolutely fantastic everywhere you look at them. Love this Ceratosaurus. I also love that you can see some of the little spikes here on the back are also still white, so they've kept a little mixture of coloration on the little spikes here, those little bumps that run across the back. Some are red, some are black, some are white. So it's very cool to see a difference in coloration on the back there. That looks very neat. So beautiful, beautiful sculpt work on this Ceratosaurus. This thing has improved pretty much on everything that was wrong with the earlier Roarivores, and it is awesome. So with all of the other Roarivores, you can see there are different points of articulation. The tail here actually completely turns over. You can spin the tail completely. You can also move the legs, of course, forward and back. And then they also have the ability to go out like this, which they've all had so far. And then the arms also forward and back, and then up and down. So there's definitely some decent articulation. And then, of course, the jaw, which obviously is movable regardless of the button, but to push the button you also get it to open. And we'll take a quick listen to some of the noises again. Very cool chomping noise. Love that one. And that randomly is the Tyrannosaurus. I don't know why they put a nice little Rexy roar in there, but I guess they threw that in there for good measure. So as you can see, the Ceratosaurus, as I said, stands very nicely, even without the enlarged feet. So that is awesome that they were able to pull that off, especially with the one dinosaur that I think I was looking forward to the most. I mean, I was really looking forward to the Carnotaurus, but honestly, the Ceratosaurus is like the gem of this collection to me. I was so psyched when the Jurassic World line by Hasbro had come out and they made a Ceratosaurus, even though it was one of the ugliest Ceratosaurs that I had ever seen, just because there was finally a toy of this dinosaur from the movies. But this one here puts that Ceratosaurus absolutely to shame, because this thing is just beautiful. As far as a size goes on this guy, from the tail to the head, you are looking at just over a foot long, a little bit over, and height-wise, a little under 5 inches. So a good size Ceratosaurus. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex standing side by the Ceratosaurus, so you can see and get a good idea of the size of the Ceratosaurus, because as I usually say, most people probably have Mr. Papo Rex. So yeah, you can see just how big the Ceratosaurus is. He's not super huge, but he's a very, very beautiful size. Honestly, he's probably a perfect size for a Ceratosaurus toy. So there you have it, guys. This Mattel Ceratosaurus is pretty much a dream come true for me, because as I said, I love, and probably my favorite dinosaur out of all the Jurassic films is that one Ceratosaurus that makes a very brief appearance in Jurassic Park 3. I don't know why, but I have just always loved that guy. And finally, we get a toy that really shows just how beautiful of a dinosaur that is. This Ceratosaurus figure is just fantastic. It is off the charts fantastic in my opinion, and definitely my favorite out of all the Fallen Kingdom toys for sure. This thing is just beautiful in so many ways. I love this thing, and the best part about it is that they corrected the issues that they had earlier, like the mouths being open and then you push the button and they close. They corrected that, so now the mouth opens, and the feet have gotten back to a regular size. They are not oversized. So this figure is just beyond fantastic. It's one that I honestly would love to repaint and just might do it at some point, but I'm not going to repaint this guy here exactly because I'm going to keep this one and cherish him forever because he is just that nice. I may at some point rebuy one and then I'll give him a repaint, see how he can look, but honestly this one is probably just going to go right up on display and be cherished by me for the rest of my time here on this planet because he is awesome. So if you want to buy one, head to your local Walmart because I highly doubt this thing is for sale on the website, as they seem to take forever to put Jurassic World figures up on the website for sale. I don't know what takes Walmart so stinking long to get these things up, but they are just screwing off when it comes to their website. I don't know what they do on there, but for some reason the Jurassic World figures have been slowly appearing on there, but man, do they take a long time. So I have no I'm not even going to attempt to link you guys to this guy on Walmart's website because I can pretty much guarantee you he is not on there. But if you go check your local Walmart, as long as the Jurassic World toys have been selling pretty good, they should have already burned through a lot of their Wave 1 figures, and these Wave 2 ones should start showing up. You should be able to grab this guy, and right now, as I said, at least at my Walmart, they are on a rollback price of, I think, $11.92, something along those lines. So you could probably get him for a nice cheaper price as opposed to the $15 price tag on the original Roarovores. So check out your local Walmart, see if you can grab this guy, and you'll probably love him as much as I do because it is just fantastic. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.